everyone, it's time for a December wrap-up. December was a very busy month on my channel because I participated in Vlogmas. That means I uploaded a video almost every day until Christmas. I think I skipped one, but that's not so bad. I uploaded 2 tags, the Winter Wonderland tag and the writing tag. I also uploaded a video recommending funny reads and 5 Christmas reads. And I also looked at some first sentences in my TBR pile again. Speaking of my TBR pile, I uploaded a video telling you how high my TBR pile is, and I learned that a lot of you have higher TBR piles, some of you have lower TBR piles. We also had a lot of great discussions this month. We talked about the importance of being a fast reader, because on BookTube we always feel bad when we don't read fast enough, and we discussed this a lot and decided it's not important how fast you read or how many books you read as long as you enjoy it. I can only agree with that. I'd love to get to more books in a year, but technically I'm just not able to. We also talked about why we love reading, and we talked about if we read one book at a time or if we read more simultaneously. Then we talked about the power of translation, how translations can influence the text, and that was a really interesting discussion. The same goes for the discussion we had about interpreting text, or rather about the conversation an author has with the reader and how important the original intentions of the author are for the understanding or comprehension of the text. And we also tried to answer the question why we keep on putting off authors that we want to read. If you have missed any of these discussions, just go ahead, look at the videos, look at the comments. It was really interesting. Thank you all for participating. I also put up 2 rather non-book related videos where I talk about the things I love about winter. And sort of an apology to the world for being a recluse. And I looked at my goals for 2013 and discovered that I completely failed in reading Homestuck. And I decided for 2014 to finish things. Basically a lot of series that I started. And also I want to read more award-winning books. So authors that got prizes, because I haven't read that many prize winners. So on to the books I've read this month. I managed to read the 8 books that I needed to finish my goal of 70 books for 2013. Which you can all see in a video I made about all the books of 2013. But in December I finished The Trick of It by Michael Frayn. It is an interesting story about a literary professor inviting his subject of study to a lecture and how they start up a relationship. It's all written in letters by the professor to a friend, and I really enjoyed it. It was a very quick and fast read. Midwinterblood by Marcus Sedgwick is an interesting read told through short stories about an island and the same recurring character throughout the time, and I loved how the story was written and all the things that it make you think about. It took me a long time, but I finished S by J.J. Abrams and Doug Dorst, and I loved this book. It was very challenging. I was not that much interested in the ship of Theseus, but I loved the conversations the 2 people had in the margins, and for me that was the real story of the book. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick didn't impress me as much as I thought it would, and after thinking about it a few days and talking with you in the comments about this, I discovered it's mainly because I don't like to be told what to think. There were no questions left open, and he raises a lot of questions in the beginning of the book and a lot of topics are mentioned, but he solves them all, and I didn't like that. Technically I finished Pygmy by Chuck Palahniuk today, but I'm gonna count it for 2013 because it was just a few more pages. This was the first Chuck Palahniuk I read, and I can't say I loved it. The writing is really annoying because it portrays a weird way of talking, and I'm going to put up a full review for this one on Friday, so you can hear all my thoughts on that. I also read number 8 and 9 in the Bane Chronicles, which were okay reads. I don't know, the last ones were just meh. I also finished listening to some audiobooks in December. I finished Inkheart by Cornelia Funke, and it took me a very long time, mainly because it was very repetitive. I loved the story in the beginning, how they worship books and how they are describing things all the time. But after a while, the descriptions and the basic fetish of books is repetitive, and it got on my nerves a little bit. And the story was interesting, yes, but it was too long for me. So I liked it, but I didn't love it. On Christmas, I listened to A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, which I have never read before, and I listened to a version narrated by Tim Curry, and I really enjoyed that. And after Christmas, I discovered the Dresden Files. I listened to Stormfront, the first in the series, and I don't know why I haven't heard of this before. I can't remember who recommended this to me, but whoever it was, thank you very much. I love Harry Dresden, the wizard who's in our world in contemporary Chicago. He's basically broke all the time because he's a wizard and he cannot make that much money. Nobody believes he exists. It's a combination of wizards and magic in our world and sort of detective story thing, and I really enjoy that. Thank you all for watching all my videos, sticking with me and commenting, discussing, subscribing, liking. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again tomorrow with my quarterly giveaway.